Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we have our round one feature, which is going to be Exosister versus Phantom Knight Danger, a deck that we've only had on one other time. I believe it was the same pilot. They didn't get that good of a showing on camera. It was a bit of a beatdown, so they're kind of back for redemption here. And we got a deck we haven't seen on the channel in a very long time, and since like the banning of Preplant Verte Anaconda. We have not seen too much Phantom Knight anywhere, if I'm being totally honest. So we'll see how this one plays out. We will see Exosister go first. And I've got all the cards pulled up because I'm still not sure what a lot of these cards do. I know the deck has gained a lot of popularity. It did manage to win Niagara. It was piloted by a very good player, very solid list, and was able to get the job done. So we are going to see Exosister packs start things off, and we're going to see a dimension shifter. When the shifter has shifted your dimensions, and that will obviously be a very powerful floodgate in this matchup. So we will see the packs go ahead and grab a copy of Martha. We'll pay the 800 to go ahead and search. Isn't the first time we've seen a card pay 8 to search? Always something that feels very wrong when a deck wants to pay 800 to search something. Clifford, Eldritch, Exosister, very sus. But either way, Martha will resolve. If you control no monsters, only makes these monsters special in this card from your hand. And if you do, summon a Exosister Ellis from your deck. And then you cannot summon anything except for Exosister monsters. So then we're going to see him overlay into the Michaelis. And this says, if you control this card that was actually summoned this turn by using Exosister monster material, quick fight, you can target one card your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. So that'll be a nice, actually a bit of removal against the Phantom Knight deck. That banish removal, very, very good. Obviously, this being a deck that's kind of based out of the graveyard. And let's see here. Trying to see what card was just used right now. Ellis. Somehow he's searching a copy of Vadis. I'm not actually sure what searched that. It might have been something as a material giving it that effect. I honestly don't know. But searching Vadis somehow. I'm reading the cards. I don't see a way that he got to it. But I imagine, again, something has searched it. So we're going to see him go ahead and normal summon Tour Guide. And that is obviously one of the better normal summons in the entire deck. And the effect will resolve here. To go ahead and special summon out a Graph Mail Branch of the Burning Abyss. And obviously, I think where we all know what is going to happen here. At least we might have a good idea. Maybe expecting a Cherubini, but we will see him go for a bit of a rank 3 line here. Maybe trying to go for an early Zeus. Try to play out this very simple board. I mean, he is under D shifter, so obviously he really can't commit too much. Obviously, that makes sense now. Not wanting to commit too much. We will see a Dark Ruler getting set to be popped by the Breaksword and popping the Michaelis. Battle phase swinging for 2,000. Main phase 2 making a Zeus in defense position. And a pretty productive turn for our Phantom Knight duelist here, despite being under Dimension Shifter. Also seeing now a second copy of Dark Ruler in hand for our Exosister player. He'll slap down one of the copies on the Zeus, so that send is turned off, at least for the turn. Don't really know how much follow-up he has outside of Vadis. Pay 800 life points, choose an Exosister monster from your deck, then take one other Exosister monster from your deck that is mentioned on that monster, and special summon both, but shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. Also, you not summon anything except for Exosister monsters, so we're going to see him summon out a copy of Sophia and a copy of Irene. And then it looks like on resolution, we're going to see a super polymerization. Discarding the Ragged Gloves, go ahead and fusion summon for Garura, Wings of Resonant Life. Ash, Dark Ruler, and Mystic Mine being the remaining cards here for our Exosister player. He's going to slap down a Mystic Mine. The Mine is certainly Mystic at this point. Also, if I sound a little tired while I'm doing this commentary, it's because it is 3:30 a.m. I apologize, but we're getting the job done. And that's just the way it is. So, Mystic Mine. The Mine is certainly Mystic right now. So, we're going to play a little bit of a game right now. You know, how long will it take for our Phantom Knight player to draw the out? You have that to take into account. You also have to take into account how long is our Exosister willing to bank on his opponent not drawing the out, so that he may draw a good enough, strong enough hand to be able to go and combat the board that the Phantom Knight player is slowly setting up turn after turn. It's a dangerous game you have to play with Mystic Mind right now because everybody and their mother is prepared for it. We're checking cards in deck right now. Maybe his opponent's trying to go with the vibe. You know, I might be trying to deck you out, but it's, again, a very risky game to play with so many people on main decked outs to mind, whether it be engine cards or non-engine cards like Cosmic Cyclone. If you keep playing that pass back and forth game, it's only a matter of time until your opponent draws the out. So a lot of people right now in this format can't really effectively use Mystic Mind as a deck out strategy because, speak of the devil, there is the Cosmic Cyclone, and it's so devastating at this point. Guru doing double battle damage, Zeus already being at 3k. That's going to wrap it right there, and that's why you cannot keep passing turn after turn with Mystic Mind, because the deck out is not going to work 90% of the time, as long as your opponent is competent in what they are doing. So yeah, let that be a lesson learned to all you Mystic Miners out there. Game 2 situation brought to you by Imperium Duelist. Check them out, the link below. Don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off and check it to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, maybe it's a Dimension Shifter, don't forget to use my discount, not my discount code, it's not a discount code, my affiliate link in the description. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back on the channel and helps out a ton. So, Shifter Martha, best 2-card combo in the deck. So we're going to see him overlay the Martha and the Ellis into a copy of Caspatel. I believe this is the Anarch-type Dweller. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special from the graveyard. If this card is actually summoned using Exosister monsters material, neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyards for the rest of this turn. You can detach one material from this card, add an Exosister monster from your deck to your hand. So the Dweller effect would have been more impactful if it was summoned on the opponent's turn. So we're going to see him add an Exosister. And then we do see what I only imagine is the normal summon of Stella. And this is going to go ahead and summon out an Exosister monster from hand, which is going to be the Sophia, going into Michaelis now. And Michaelis effect, you can detach a material from this card, add an Exosister spell or trap. Okay, that's what I was missing game 1. It was very at the bottom. I was trying to dig through all the text looking for detach a material. Found it. I found it. Adding an Exosister spell or trap. We're going to see him add a copy of Carpe Diem. No, but Carpe Divum. Neither player can target Exosister monsters you control with effects of monsters that were special summoned from the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Carpe Divum once per turn. If you Ixie summon an Exosister monster, you can declare one card name, negate the activate effects, and effects on the field of cards with that original name until the end of this turn. So it's just like a prohibition randomly. Interesting. And then we're going to see our Exosister player go for the Magnifica, which is like their typical go-to boss monster, I want to say. And now we're going to see a copy of Pot of Prosperity, going ahead and banishing 6. I believe this list looks very similar to the list that won Niagara, or at least the extra deck looks very similar. Imperm, Pax, Sophia, Ash, Judgment, and Stella. Okay, Stella, Sophia, and then Imperm, Judgment, Pax, Ash. Looking to take the Pax, but that Judgment looks very tempting. I mean, Dark Ruler on this board, I think, would honestly be a wrap. Because we know how easily the Phantom Knight deck can access Zeus. And they can definitely do it very easily under Shifter. And we saw how that kind of played out last game. So having some protection from something like Dark Ruler, very, very clutch. So we're going to see him set a Vadis, I believe. And then we're going to see a Godarla, which I find to be a very strange side deck choice from a Phantom Knight player. But I guess it's a board breaker that can't be judgmented, but it can definitely be a pointer. Interesting. I don't know. I respect it, though. Kaijus always seem to get the job done from time to time. So Godarla will go over the Michaelis, which I would have imagined, since it can summon out like one of its materials, would have summoned out the Caspatel. And then the Caspatel basically dwellers the turn. But we're going to go ahead and see him go into Break Sword, trying to go for a little bit of a Zeus technique. And it will get judgmented on summon. Now we're going to see Danger Jackalope activate its effects in the hand. And we're going to see him play the most dangerous game here now with the D-Shifter being live. We'll see what he hits with the dice. He rolls a 3, hitting the middle card. It is a Nessie. So he will get to draw off the Jackalope. And Nessie effect will still proc here, actually, because Nessie just has to be discarded. It does not have to hit the graveyard. So that effect will still trigger to allow him to go ahead and search a Danger. Yeah, just reading Magnifica here. Once per turn, quick effect, you can attach a material to this card. Banish one card your opponent controls when your opponent activates a card or effect. Quick effect, you can turn an Xyz monster you own attached to this card to your extra deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your extra deck using this monster controls material. So yeah, I could just swap down to the Caspatel if I'm understanding that correctly. And that's how you kind of get the Dweller during the opponent's turn. Because this card is Ixie Summon using Exosister monster material. Neither player can special monster in the graveyard for the rest of this turn. So it's not like a Dweller. It's like a pseudo Dweller. They can still activate effects in grave. They can't just summon anything from grave. Unless there's another one. Oh no, it's Asophiel. That's neither player can activate card effects in the graveyard. Okay, so I'm getting those ones mixed up. My apologies. So we're gonna see him get the Snake. Snake will resolve here. He gets also a Kaiju of his own. So while reading those effects, there are some things going on. Our Phantom Knight player summoning a Godarla of his own. The Snake not getting sniped out of the hands, but 2 Nessies dying so that 2 level 3 Dangers could hit the field. Going into what better rank 3 could you possibly ask for in a situation like this other than Leviair? You have so many banished cards. You're going to get access to Torn Scales. Again, battle phase, crash the Godarlas. Leviair swings in for 18. What do you know, as an Xyz monster battled. And now we have established Zeus yet again under Shifter. Torn Scale is on the field. Not really doing too much, but it could technically provide some follow-up. And if it survives the turn, which is kind of unlikely, but if it survives the turn, you know, it is live as an extender. So we're going to see our Exosister player normal summon a Irene and set a card, and that's going to force the Zeus here, and he'll pass. And then just for our PK player, turning the Zeus to attack. He's only at 22. He has Tour Guide in hand too, and that's just going to be game outright right then and there. So Exosister losing 2-0 there. And unfortunate. It is what it is, though. Took that chance there with the Mystic Mine, and it did not pan out well at all. So yeah, that is going to do it for this Locals feature match. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, last but not least, a huge shout out is going to go to our Divine level channel members who go above and beyond to support, who are Pony Start, Cadillacs 84, Justin Lamb, HG8 Cyber, and Mango. Thank you guys again so much, like always, for your extremely kind and generous support of this channel.